Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Zoo Tycoon Let's Play of the scenarios. It is the Marine Mania Very Advanced scenario. It's the first of the Very Advanced Marine Mania scenarios. And also, can you believe that including this one, we only have 3 more scenarios left in the entire game? We have this one, obviously, Giant Marine Park, and then we have Super Zoo, and then we have Ultimate Zoo. All 3 of which have no time limit, so once I complete the objectives, they just end, which is very, very nice indeed. Anyway, this is the first one, Giant Marine Park, and it says, a leading beachfront resort wants you to build a massive aquatic zoo on their property. This should be quite a challenge, as the land you have to use is disrupted by hotel rooms and other resort structures, as well as the nearby ocean. That's a very short description, actually. But anyway, we have no time limit, but we do actually have a very small map, as you can see. So I guess in that regard it's kind of similar to the Inner City Zoo, but obviously the Inner City Zoo is quite unique in that the map is absolutely tiny. This is a small map, but it should still be big enough, and also compared to Inner City Zoo, this is huge. Although Inner City Zoo is not a difficult scenario if you know what you're doing. Earn an exhibit suitability rating of at least 90 for 13 exhibits, and I think we can get Zoo Tycoon and Marine Animals. We can get both. Animal happiness of 93, that's no problem. Guest happiness of 93, that's no problem, except you'll see in a second why it might be a problem. Because we have to have aquatic animal shows. For dolphins and orcas, which to be fair, they are the 2 best animals to have shows in the game. The sea otters and the sea lions don't generally produce as good shows, but as I've stated many times in the past, I hate shows in this game. I'm 99% sure they're bugged, because whenever I have shows in a zoo, guest happiness just drops, and all the guests become really unhappy, and I actually end up generally losing money and inevitably going bankrupt. That's why the aquatic show scenario, despite being intermediate, really should be very advanced, because it's just a nightmare. It's just the absolute worst scenario in the game. Even worse than, I would say, like Endangered Animal Zoo, where you've got to breed specific animals within a time limit. That's how much I hate shows. But fortunately, we only need $1,000 for orca shows and bottlenose dolphins, and we can use a trick, A, possibly to reduce the inevitable decline in guest happiness, and B, to save space and money, which is just to basically have one show tank connected to both the orca and the dolphin shows, and just have shows more or less, I would say non-stop, but that, like, again, might affect the guest happiness. And also, once you get to $1,000 on both, I think you can just bulldoze the show tank completely, and it'll still satisfy the objectives. And then we also need a zoo value of 325,000. That's no problem. Basically, as long as the zoo is profitable, that will happen inevitably, no matter how big or small the zoo is, because it takes into account everything in the zoo as well as available cash. So, given there's no time limit, I basically just have to have enough money in the bank and it'll happen. I also need to purchase 4 metal benches. Now, that's going to be very difficult indeed, because benches are very expensive and they're very space consuming, and they require a heck of a lot of research to get and buy them. I mean, you've got to go and click here, and then you've got to click here, and then you've got to do this, and it's just an effort, man. I probably shouldn't have done that either, because I've actually just wasted a bit of money. No problem. But, you know, it's just such an effort. One crustacean house, that actually genuinely, no sarcasm, does require research, but it's no problem. 1 tropical aquarium, 1 aquatic gift shop, 1 lobbies restaurant, 1 aquatic restroom. I don't generally build restrooms or benches for the purpose, for the whole reason, or the sole reason that restaurants just do their job anyway, but meh, I'll just build a restroom and benches because I have to. Shark tunnel, yeah. Swim with dolphins I don't generally use, but they can make quite a bit of money if they're done correctly. Boat rental, kind of the same reason. In fact, I don't even think boat rental makes any money. I think it kind of functions like an animal house. And a ring toss, which I don't normally build anyway, but you can make a bit of money and it might help animal happiness. Guest happiness, rather. Yeah, so basically, suitability of 90 for 13 exhibits, animal happiness 93, guest happiness 93. There's no zoo rating requirement. $1,000 for bottlenose dolphin, $1,000 for orca shows, zoo value 325,000, and then just build a load of stuff. Most of which I would build anyway. So yeah, we started with 50,000, but obviously we can just destroy all this scenery. I will say now that we actually start with a compost building, which obviously I could destroy, but there's no point because I want it there anyway. I will, however, destroy this fencing, and I'm going to keep the water tower just as a bit of scenery, because you also get no money for deleting it, so I'll keep it. But everything else I'm going to get rid of. And therefore I should start with, well, I'll start with quite a bit more than 50,000, maybe 75,000? Or is that too much? Maybe 70,000? Also, did I just imagine that, or was that genuinely... No, that is genuinely a dinosaur tree. Okay. So, yes, I do want to get rid of the drinks machine and snack machine. Right, so it seems like we're going to start with about $70,000, because there's nothing else to destroy. Saying that, I might want to sort of level out some of this terrain, but I do that like as I'm doing it. I'm not going to do it like all right away, because obviously I don't know what I want out of this terrain. Right, first things first, let's raise the admission price before I forget to do that. The zoo is just called Giant Marine Park, that's fine. So we are going to have to research the aquarium and the crustacean house. Yeah, we don't have to research anything else. Besides, you know, just like stuff that we want to research, like animal care, etc. Staff training. So, as far as Zoo Tycoon is concerned, we don't need anything. And as far as Marine Main, this is conservation, not research. As far as Marine Main is concerned, we don't need aquatic animals, we do need aquatic houses, and we don't need foliage. There's no real rush for that, but I guess the sooner the better. Right, Marine Mania, we don't want sea otter tricks, or in fact actually we don't really want any tricks right now. Later on we might want dolphin and orca tricks. Marine Specialist training, yeah, but later. Let's concentrate on aquatic animal care. And then Zoo Tycoon, yeah, we don't need shelters or enrichment. And staff education, yeah, but not right now. Animal care, yeah, go on then. So, that's the research setup. Now, let's actually start building the zoo, seeing as this video is already 8 minutes in and I've built absolutely nothing. So, obviously, we need 13 exhibits, we need a dolphin exhibit, we need an orca exhibit. That gives us 11 exhibits with which we can build whatever we want, so long as there's suitability of at least 90. Now, I could either go with whatever I want, or I could go with cheap, or I could go with some combination of exciting and cheap, or I could just build whatever I want, which is inevitably what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do, though, is probably what I generally do in most scenarios. I'm probably going to build things like saltwater crocodiles, lions, Bengal tigers. Saying that, I could just as easily build some marine animals. So I guess maybe a bit of a mix wouldn't hurt. How do I actually want this terrain? Because this is all a higher level than this bit, and this bit seems to be the majority of the terrain. It's kind of a weird situation here. Because on the one hand I could just have it all like this, and then flatten it to, or level it to that level, or I'd have it like this, which does seem to be a bit cheaper. Yeah, I think I'll have it like that. Although actually I've probably got enough sort of flat terrain around here as it is anyway. It's quite hard to see because it's all rainforest. And it kind of matches the brownish of the grid. But yeah, let's just sort of level around here. I think the terrain height, at least, will be very changeable, and I haven't quite sort of decided exactly how I want it. But anyway, yeah, so we can basically unpause the game and decide how we want things to be in the zoo. So first things first, I think I am actually going to go with some Zoo Tycoon stuff just to get the ball rolling. So yeah, let's start with some crocodiles. I mean, they're kind of an aquatic animal. Well, they're saying that. We do have a load of rainforest here, so I'm just wondering if we should go for something like Bengal tiger. Would be cheaper. Yeah, let's go for that. So, saves money on terrain. I think 8x10 is big enough for 2 Bengal tigers. It should be, anyway. I'm not using my guide, I'm using my own memory, which, to be fair, I've played this game so much that I should know by now the basics of exhibit design. The thing is you can kind of get a high suitability in an exhibit from memory anyway, like, basically just listen to the animals. Don't listen to the zookeeper advice, because that's just wrong. Just listen to the animals. If they give you a happy face, you're doing the right thing. If they give you a sad face, you're doing the wrong thing. That's pretty much it. There's not really much more to building exhibits. Like there, you know. They want a bit of grass with a happy face, and then you bit a bit more, and it's an unhappy face, so you put too much in. So even though the zoo is actually called Giant Marine Park, you don't have to just go with marine animals. But obviously we will have marine animals. We might probably end up with, like, sort of, I don't know, because we have to have 13 exhibits in total, but we have to have dolphin and orca, so the remaining 11 can be, like, maybe, you know, 7 Zoo Tycoon and 6 or 4 marine. Something like that, I don't know. And then that gives us like 7 and 6 in total with a favour towards Zoo Tycoon. Or alternatively, I could just go with 11 Zoo Tycoon and then only go for dolphins and orcas. Yeah, the award money basically pays for the exhibit, so, you know, we basically have as much money as we started with. Speaking of which, I'm going to save the game as Giant Marine Park. Right, so that's the first exhibit built, and obviously we're going to need the zookeeper, who can be assigned to this exhibit, and we're also going to need the obvious things like the restaurant and the animal theatre. Actually, if I level up some terrain around here, then I can put the animal theatre down there with a bit of path, 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 and then I can put the carousel over here, elephant ride, actually, put the carousel there, and the elephant ride there, and then that way I can have better path. Yeah, there you go. Right, so change the garish colours to something more appropriate. Increase the price. Increase the price on this as well. increase the price on that. And there you go. Ignore the fact it says Carousel 2, obviously. Put the petting zoo over here. Unfortunately, you can't charge for the petting zoo, but it does increase guest happiness a little bit. I don't know how much it actually works, though, because it doesn't tell you. But the guests do seem to use it quite a bit. And if I make that into asphalt, then I can put down something worthwhile over here. Got a little bit of a 3 before. Yeah, I've got a little 3 before piece, and I don't think there's any scenery that is that size. So I could just go the 3 by 3 and just put an elephant fountain down. And we still need to build the gift shop and the Japanese garden. Whoops. So Japanese garden goes there. Gift shop and animatronic theatre. So animatronic theatre can go there. And the gift shop... Actually, didn't it say that we need an aquatic gift shop? Yeah, we need an aquatic gift shop. And we also need a lobbies restaurant, which we can build a lobbies restaurant later, because obviously, you know, we're going to need more than one restaurant. But an aquatic gift shop... I generally only have one gift shop. Whether it's advisable to have multiple gift shops in a zoo that's sufficiently large, I don't know, but I always seem to just be able to get away with just one gift shop. I also have to bear in mind that I need to build 13 exhibits, and I don't actually have a lot of space. But then obviously I'm building all these main buildings around the entrance, and these are like one-time only type buildings, so even though I'm using a lot of space right now, I don't have to do this sort of thing again. You know, it's just like one-time only type situation. And in actual fact, I can get rid of this path over here. Yeah, archways are too big. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Let's put down a dolphin wishing fountain and elephant statue. Just a bit of scenery. Why not? Level up the terrain and build more path around there. And then we can build the second exhibit somewhere. Yeah. Actually, let's build it over here. And already we're getting vomiting guests. I don't know why, but we are. Yeah, Jaguar don't need a big exhibit, so we can get some Jaguar. That's 5. That's 8. That's actually big enough for 2 Jaguar. Weirdly, Jaguar in this game require a very, very small exhibit. You can get away with 40 squares for just 2 Jaguar, which genuinely seems tiny, but it's apparently big enough. Jaguars are very solitary, and so if we have more than 2 adults in the exhibit, they don't like it at all. I don't think they like any grass in their exhibit either, which is odd. Yeah. Just rainforest and fresh water. Or rainforest, fresh water and dirt. I said fresh water and I meant dirt, but as it happens, Jaguar do genuinely like fresh water, but they also like fresh water and dirt. Bengal tiger is very sick, well the zookeeper needs to do something about it then. And he is. You can see him bottom left. There. I like how I pointed to him, and as I did so, completely covered him up with the rock. Oh well. And Kapok tree is nowhere to be seen. There it is. And there you go, that's 100 suitability for a Jaguar, with no complaints about the size of the exhibit being too small or anything like that. God. Amazing, isn't it? That tiny little exhibit is apparently big enough. And if we get rid of all the foliage and buildings and everything, and then actually just put the foliage back in just to make sure. Because if I put the exhibit entrance there, can he actually get in and out of the exhibit? I don't know. I guess it's not too far to travel anyway to get from, like, you know, here to here. But yeah, so this zookeeper is now dealing with the tigers and the jaguars. Normally in real life I'd be thinking those are 2 quite dangerous animals, but in Zoo Tycoon it seems fine. I mean, you've got scientists dealing with T-Rex, so Zoo Tycoon universe is obviously not like real life. Save the game. Now, I think I'm actually going to go with some marine stuff. Where I want to put the orcas and dolphins, probably like in this corner over here. I'm aware that's quite close to the compost building, but it should be fine. It just means I don't have to worry about it until later on, because the orcas require actually quite a big exhibit. I want to say it requires like 18 by 10, and I also realised that I just hired a marine specialist without having an exhibit. Not a good idea, and I haven't actually decided what I want to build the exhibit either, which is also not a good idea. So what are we going to go for? Tiger sharks? They're quite popular. Let's go for some tiger sharks. Hopefully they don't require a ridiculously deep exhibit. And also hopefully they don't require an exhibit that's absolutely huge. So let's just get 2 tiger sharks in an exhibit. 1 male, 1 female, that should be fine. And obviously we're going to need a filter. Tank is too shallow, and they also want some shelters. Okay, that seems to be deep enough now. Foliage in the form of feathered duster worm, which hopefully doesn't require any research. It does not. Whoop. It helps the animal if you build the foliage in the tank and not outside it, where they won't benefit from it. Just a quick little tip there, that the animal will notice no benefit if you build the foliage outside its own exhibit. I know it sounds obvious, but it's a tip nonetheless. I have not left enough room for this shelter. Mainly because I'm a plonker. So there you go. 100 suitability. That wasn't too difficult. We are slightly low on money. But if we build the next marine exhibit, we can build some beluga, which I think are very popular and not too difficult to build an exhibit for. So we'll go for an 8x10 exhibit again. I think you can have like 4 beluga in a reasonably sized exhibit as well, so... yes, that's fine. And also they don't require a deeper exhibit, nor do they require a shelter. I mean, the shelter obviously isn't expensive, but requiring a deeper exhibit can make marine exhibits very expensive, which thankfully these beluga don't want, and also they don't want a bigger exhibit either, so win-win. In regards to foliage, they want kelp apparently, which is obviously fine. Hopefully we can get 95 guest happiness, because then we'll get an extra $25,000. Well, they're saying that it's only 86 at the moment. Maybe just because we're getting a lot of new guests coming into the zoo, and also we only have, like, well, we only actually have 4 exhibits right now. Because new guests, I think, spawn in with only 75 happiness, so... yeah. So, even though guests that have been in the zoo for quite a while actually have fairly decent happiness, it's being affected by the fact that we're getting a lot of new guests going into the zoo. Guest happiness will increase over time, it's no problem. And we need 93 for the objective anyway, so I'm not too worried about guest happiness. Right, this marine specialist needs to be assigned to the beluga as well. I don't know if those entrances are aligned or not. They're probably not, but I'm just going to leave them anyway. Pretty sure they're not. Right, next exhibit, because we're low on money, I think let's do some Zoo Tycoon stuff. And again, it would be cheaper if I went for rainforest stuff. So maybe let's just go for some anteaters. Because again, I think you can get away with a very small exhibit for these guys. Like, I think you can get away with 8x10, or 8x5 rather. Right, so this is Anteater Exhibit. I mean, when we drop below a certain amount anyway, I think it's like 1,000, you do get the emergency fund of 10,000 anyway, so... The good thing about Anteaters is that you don't need more than 2. They're not very popular, but they serve a purpose of an exhibit in the zoo. However, being rainforest animals, they probably want a lot of foliage. I say that, and then it turns out they don't actually want that much. You also don't want any rocks at all. Okay, you guys are quite simple to look after. Any grass? Yep. Any fresh water? No. That should be... Yeah, it's 99 suitability, that's fine. Yeah, guest happiness has just hit 90, so... It's basically just because new guests coming into the zoo knocking the average down. I'm not missing any buildings as far as I'm aware. Restaurant, animal theatre, petting zoo, gift shop, Japanese garden, animatronic, carousel, elephant ride. Obviously I need the animal houses. Not forgotten about those, but I don't really... well... let's research them, I suppose. Because the thing is that once they're built, you can actually just get away with using the minimum bonus for them, which still provides a small bonus to guest happiness, but it doesn't cost anything in upkeep. Later on, when we're making a lot of money, we can get, you know, the better stuff. But that costs money to research and money to upkeep, so we're not in like a mad rush for it. Got a weird situation now where I've got two squares against the end of the map and I don't really have anything to do with it. Besides just put in more path or maybe a bit of scenery. But we are going to need another zookeeper. Actually, I need a shark tunnel, dolphin and boat rental and ring toss. So let's put in some benches. Yeah, so it doesn't really look like a marine park at the moment, it basically just looks like a zoo. Namely, every zoo that I seem to build in this game, because they all kind of just end up looking the same. But I suppose that's kind of the nature of the game, really. Right, the aquarium is now available, so where do I want to build that? I don't know. Could build it like over here, I suppose. Yeah, let's build it over here. And then we can build the crustacean house somewhere nearby. Oops, not there. There we go. Yes, the aquarium, for no upkeep at all, provides 6 adult and child bonus every time someone visits it, which is actually not bad, considering it's no upkeep. Ring toss we can put somewhere where we've just got a bit of space, I suppose. It won't really make any money, but... where is it? There it is. Yeah, let's put it actually here. God's sake. I think that gurgling noise is every time someone goes in the aquarium. It's a bit of a weird noise, actually. And let's put a stink pit over there. So ring toss can be $3. I doubt it's going to make any money, but it serves the purpose of the objective. Like, I have to build one, otherwise I wouldn't build one. I don't think people really use them, and if people do, I don't think enough people are going to use it to make a profit. Right, the crustacean house is now available, so I can basically... Well, okay, I'll research that and then I'll just stop. For now. Later on I'll research more stuff for the aquatic animal houses, but for now, that's fine. Right, yeah, like I say, I've got this weird path situation going on. So... we need another zoo animal exhibit. Next to the anteaters, preferably. Or near the anteaters. Although we are actually very low on funds, so it might be a good idea to wait a bit. Although, if I use the 10,000 emergency donation, I might be able to afford, like, I might actually be able to afford... Yeah, that's quite a big bonus to adult bonus. A big boost to adult bonus happiness. Yeah, I mean, we've already got 94 guest happiness, so one more guest happiness we actually get $25,000 as a one-time bonus. Let's put the filter in and the path. Yeah, if I get the 10,000 emergency bonus, I might be able to afford like a bison exhibit. So let's do that. Obviously I'll have to spend a lot of money transforming rainforest into grass. In fact, is this big enough? Maybe 6 by 10? Might be big enough for like 3 bison, which is all you really need. So, bison exhibit. Yeah, maybe you got to drop below $1,000 before it gives you the emergency donation. No? Oh. Don't tell me this is some kind of weird scenario where you don't get the emergency donation. It is, isn't it? Oh, okay. I don't know how low I had to go for that to activate, but... Okay, I've got male and 2 females, that's fine. Yeah, maybe you got to drop below, like... I don't know, I mean, I thought it was below 1,000, but... that seemed to be, like, almost no money at all, so... maybe it's below, like, $100, but that seems extremely low. Anyway, we've got our bison exhibit, and we have $5,000-ish to spare. So... at some point I want to increase the admission price to $49, and I also want to check finances, because obviously we probably are making a profit, but I just want to see how much we're actually making each month once you get rid of things like... well, we're not researching anything at the moment, but like construction costs and purchase costs. So yeah, we can raise the admission price to $49. There you go. And for the month of May, which obviously isn't finished yet, once you get rid of construction, animal cost, and research... oh, there you go, we just got $25,000. So once you get rid of construction, animal purchase, and research, which is like about 16,500, but then you get rid of the 25,000 we just got, we're still actually making Well, we're making quite a bit in profit. I think it works out about 13,000. Because that's -2. Yeah. Which is ridiculous, really. For a zoo that only really has, like, what, 6 exhibits? Yeah. Okay. '85 zoo rating. Like I said, actually, it's surprising that there's not a zoo rating goal, but then again, a zoo rating of 90 really shouldn't be that difficult to acquire. Should have been given an extra $5,000 for hitting June and having 98 or more guest animal happiness. It's a nice little early bonus. Oh, we've got a baby anteater. Actually, I haven't actually looked. Have we got any other baby animals? We've got baby tigers. Both of which are female, so they'll have to be sold off. Nothing else. So let's save the game. Next exhibits, we can go for some marine exhibits, I suppose. Again, I've got this weird scenario where... Yeah, actually, probably put the lobby's restaurant in there. And then if I build some exhibits, that encourages people to go over here. Yeah, it's basically just the right size. So I'm not going to build it just yet, but if I build some marine exhibits over here, that will encourage people to go over here. What do I want to build? Swordfish? Maybe? Yeah, let's go for some swordfish. I think they're quite easy to build an exhibit for. Hopefully they don't require too great or too deep an exhibit. So we are going to need another marine specialist. No problem. Swordfish. Swordfish with a filter. Actually, it might have been a better idea to build it right on the edge of the map there. Yeah. That's a better idea. Okay, rocks, foliage, tank too shallow. That's fine. Right, brilliant. So the second marine specialist can be assigned to the swordfish. Why am I having animal happiness problems? Oh dear. Yeah. I forgot to assign the zookeeper to the bison, so basically they're just purring and getting hungry. Whoops. Yeah, he's not exactly got far to travel between his exhibits. Yeah, it's actually affected the animal happiness quite a bit, and the zoo rating has gone down a bit as well. Right, tigers are fine for now. Jaguar, beluga, everything's fine. Anteaters will be fine until this anteater grows up. Bisons will... yeah, the bisons are now happy now. 97 animal happiness, 85 zoo rating. It's not great, but it should go back up. Unfortunately, it doesn't... actually, we don't need... like I say, we don't need... zoo rating. Right, Lobby's restaurant can go over here in this corner. Maybe not the best location for it, but it should still make a profit. Although we don't actually have any like hungry guests right now, so it's probably not going to make much money right now, but oh well. It should still be okay. And then the other aquatic exhibit, we can go for common sawfish. Okay, let's go for some common sawfish, because they sound interesting. I mean, they're so common that I've never seen one outside this game. I don't even know where you would have to go to see a sawfish. Sawfish exhibit. And I've just realised that that's not a proper marine exhibit. Sawfish exhibit. Really, I should be calling these tanks, but I'm just calling everything an exhibit right now. Right, put that there, put that there. Where's the marine specialist? There. Can't be assigned to an empty exhibit. Well, yeah, I know that. It's just me being a pointer. Right, what do these guys want? They want more foliage and rocks, and they're fine with the size and depth of the exhibit, which is very good. Tank there, stovepipe sponge, foliage, and some rocks. Loads more rocks. Even more rocks. So many rocks that they start appearing outside the tank, and they're therefore of no benefit to anyone or anything at all. Besides costing me money. Right, I've now got the exact number of rock that I need. And I've also built too much foliage. Right, there you go. 100 suitability for the sawfish. Yeah, other than zoo rating being a bit lower than I'd like, which can possibly be attributed to lack of to not enough exhibits. But again, it's not a requirement. Animal happiness is very high, guest happiness is very high, and we don't have any problematic guests apart from this one hungry guest who just needs to go to the restaurant and they'll be fine. Seriously, all your problems as a guest will be solved in this game by going to a restaurant. Unless you just want to look at some animals. Then going to the restaurant probably doesn't help. Right, we've got enough money for another exhibit. Don't know what we want to build though. Maybe something Zoo Tycoon, or maybe something aquatic. Could cheap out and just go for tuna. Or I go for something... Why is everything rainforest in this game? I could go for the crocodile, I suppose, because they're probably actually still quite cheap. Yeah, let's go for some crocodile. So this is apparently the 10th exhibit, but I happen to know it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's actually exhibit number 9. So we actually got plenty of space, because we only need 9, 10, 11 might even fit in there. And then we only need the dolphins and the orcas and the show tank, which gives us plenty of space. Admittedly, we also need like the swim with dolphins and the boat rental shack, which logically will be built in this sort of central location over here. And in actual fact, I could even build like another Lobby's restaurant sort of over here. How's this one doing? It is actually making a profit though. That's really good. This is getting quite a lot of visitors actually. And so is this. Might be an idea to actually start researching aquatic animal care and animal care. Why I haven't done that until now, I don't really know. I think I just kind of forgot about it. Do I want this? Yes, kind of, but also not really necessary. Do I need another zookeeper? Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm going to need to build up this crocodile exhibit and then get another zookeeper. Where's the crocodile? There it is. You would think that a crocodile would be able to escape from this exhibit. It does look big enough to escape from the exhibit, but apparently not. Apparently this is fine. It can't just climb out the exhibit for some reason. Right. Okay, I don't know why I'm on all. And as I always say, water lilies are the way to go for some daft reason. They're better, which I'm thankful for because they're genuinely cheaper than the water reed. Don't question this game if it benefits you for it to be daft. Right, 100 suitability, that wasn't difficult. Do need another zookeeper though. And also, what was that? Aquatic animal antibiotics is now available. Great. Don't know why it's going for aquatic animal care twice in a row instead of actually going for animal care, but oh well. Probably need a maintenance worker because these tank filters are looking a bit damaged. How's that one? That one's fine. Ah, now these tigers are still babies. Anteater is still a baby. Okay, it's all fine. Right, so that was exhibit 9. Which means that we need another zoo exhibit. And then before we get 2 more marine exhibits. Which will mean that we end up having 2 more marine exhibits than zoo exhibits. We'll end up with... Wait, no it won't. How's that going to work? 6. Yeah, so we'll end up with 6 zoo exhibits, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, I've miscounted. We need... Yeah, we need 1 more zoo exhibit. And then we need 1 more marine exhibit. And then we need the dolphins and the orcas. And we'll end up with 7 marine exhibits and 6 zoo exhibits. Now, so for the final zoo exhibit, I probably just want something cheap because I'm low on money. I've also got a lot of rainforest terrain. So, what's cheap? Mandrills? Are they cheap? I mean, I don't normally build a mandrill exhibit. Nah. They sound quite complicated. Bongos. They're cheapish. Right, so that's 8. Like 10. Bongo exhibit. And just ignore that it says exhibit 11 when it's quite clearly exhibit 10. Diverse species, although fortunately it gives us no money. Why did I do that? I meant rainforest. Dirt, possibly, probably, yep. It is kind of daft that the game says you need 13 exhibits, but it doesn't actually specify there's got to be 13 marine exhibits. So like I say, you could just have 11 Zoo Tycoon exhibits and then just a dolphin exhibit and an orca exhibit, and that would be fine. Even though the scenario is literally called Giant Marine Park. And also, these guys want no fresh water. Okay. Yeah, the scenario is called Giant Marine Park, but you don't actually need more than 2 marine exhibits. Daft game. There we go. So, we now have the required number of zoo exhibits. We just need 1 more marine exhibit of our choice, and then dolphins and orcas. And we need to build a boat rental shank, swim with dolphins, shark tunnel and aquatic restroom, and I'll build those now actually. Shark tunnel. Shark tunnel I don't know where I want to build actually. Maybe build it over here. Whoa, I'm out of money. Aquatic restroom. Yeah, I'll just build it over here. Nobody's ever going to use it. And if they do, then it's not going to be very common, I reckon. Yeah, there you go. Like the ring toss, it's only there to satisfy the objective. I wouldn't build it for any other reason. Actually, I didn't need to build that bit of path. Okay. Your zoo is running low on money. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to have to just sit tight and build up some cash for a little bit, because I can't really do anything right now. Ooh, zoo rating 88. That's good. I think once you actually get more awards, that might increase the zoo rating anyway. Oh, we've got 2 baby crocodiles, 1 female, 1 male, so handily, they can stay, and then we can get rid of 1 and 2. Did I just say Bongo had given birth? Yeah, okay. And handily it's a female, so I can... When 4 grows up, I can get rid of 2. And keep the male. The anteater is now... yeah. So get rid of that. Tiger shark, jaguar, Bengal tiger. Yeah, need to get rid of 3 and 4. It does give me a bit of money for selling off baby animals as well, so... I mean, it's obviously not loads, but, you know, it helps. Right, shark tunnel. Shark tunnel is basically symmetrical. Although, actually... Is it? Yeah, I guess. Okay. It doesn't really have a front and a back, I suppose that's kind of the idea. Charge $3 for it. I don't think they make that much money, but they might just increase a bit of guest happiness. Actually, what am I doing? I need to think about what I'm actually doing here. Right. Yes. And I want that to be fresh water. Right. So, if I then put down this, that means that guests won't wander off too far. In actual fact, I might have wanted to make that into fresh water anyway. Yeah. Okay. So we need a dolphin boat rental. Swim with dolphins and boat rental. Okay, so we don't need a swim shark. That's good. So Marine Mania. Swim with dolphins. and boat rental. I'm sure this is perfectly safe, having the swim with dolphins and the boat rental right next to each other, in the same vicinity of water. Also, am I being stupid? There it is. I couldn't find the boat rental. So, yeah, that should be fine. It's not finished yet, mind you. Okay, boat rental is free. For an extra $20 you get like extra 4 adult bonus. Children can't use the boat rental. Swim with dolphins we could charge $7 for. I doubt these are going to make them profit, but again, they just serve the purpose of, you know, the objective. So I've got all the build a thing objective completed. Just need to worry about zoo value, profit, and building another couple of exhibits. And I could even build another Lobby's restaurant like over here, if we get enough hungry guests. Oh, sounds like some people are using the swim with dolphins. One person's decided to go for the boat rental. Yeah, we've got some swim with dolphins, people. Although, we need to get 12 people to swim with dolphins each month, just to make a profit. I suppose that's doable. And I'm actually going to build another Lobby's restaurant just over here. Because I think, basically, when people come out of like a boat rental or like a swim shack or a swim with dolphins, they come out tired and possibly hungry. So, restaurant. Just solve that problem. And also this is quite a centralised location anyway, so it should make a bit of profit. Maybe not immediately, but soon. Guest 73 is drowning. How did you even end up in the water? What were you doing in the water? Help, I'm going to drown. Well, would they have just died if I hadn't done anything? How did you even get in the water? Also, yeah, I actually forgot to build some path. So, all these people have been going to the boat rental without any path, which is obviously not a problem, seemingly, but it's also not ideal. Damn, why is there not any 3 wide scenery in Marine Mania? That's really annoying. Yeah, because it just means I have to build elephant statues, or elephant fountains all over the place. And do daft things like this. Okay, the boat rental shack's actually proving a lot more popular than I was expecting. And the swim with dolphins is actually making some money. Unsurprisingly, this restaurant's making good money. Obviously the main restaurant's making a huge profit, and this is making good money as well. I don't know if it's ever actually worth it, like I said, to have 2 or more gift shops, because the gift shop is just making money anyway, so I don't think there's like a massive demand to have a second gift shop. Although 3... For God's sake, I keep thinking this is like 3 wide, but it isn't. Oh well, I'll just put down a bit of scenery there. We're still actually in year 1, so it's a very good thing that we don't have like a 3-year time limit, otherwise we'd be waiting forever. What is the zoo value anyway? The zoo value right now is 231,000, so we only actually need about another 94,000 zoo value, which shouldn't take too long to acquire. And we need one more marine exhibit, which can be whatever we want it to be, and we'll build it roughly over here. Although we don't have any money right now. Or we do, but not enough. Don't actually want that bit, but I want that flattening. So, what do I want as the final marine exhibit of our choosing? I could go for something ridiculous and daft and stupid, like the sperm whale, but obviously I don't have the money. I could just cheap out and go for tuna. And to be quite honest, let's just do that. Because, you know, it's cheap, it doesn't matter. That is 5, and I think you can get away with a very small exhibit here, so, like, let's just say 5 by 10. I mean, at the end of the day, tuna aren't very big as a marine species. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, as a fish, a tuna is big. But, like, you know, compared to something like tiger shark or something, it's not very big. Right, I don't know how many of these I need, so let's just go with 2 males and 2 females. I know they do require a large number. Yeah, more animals of the same type. They want foliage and rocks, unsurprisingly. What foliage do they want? They want sargassum. And they still want more rocks. Bluefin tuna can't find its mate. Okay, so they do actually mate up then, don't they? Oh! Oh, great. I got 2 males and a female. And now I don't have any money. Right, so I need 2 females and a male. It's interesting that he's saying it can't find its mates, meaning that at some point 1 and 3 were mated up. And then 2 must have taken over 3, so 1's now upset because it can't find its mate. Or alternatively, I did actually have 4 tunas, and then I must have accidentally got rid of 4. But after 1 and 4 had mated up and 2 and 3 had mated up? I don't know. Amazingly, the swim with dolphins is actually making a very small profit. It's probably only got 3 benefactors. Could do with researching these once I actually have some money. There's aquatic animal care might have actually finished now. I don't think there's actually anything you can research besides these 2. I think it's actually a very short thing. Yeah, aquatic animal care is done, so just go with animal care. Animal antibiotics. How are we for baby animals? Oh, I just realised actually... Oh no, it was the... No, sorry, I was going to say I sold off Tiger 3 and 4, but they were both the same gender. It was the sharks. No, the crocodiles where I needed to keep 3 and 4 and sell off 1 and 2 or something like that. Tuna can't find any food. That's because I didn't get a marine specialist. Tiger 1 is ill. That's not good. Yeah, so I need to get female tuna and another female tuna and a male. And then that should be correct now. So 1 male, that's 2. Yeah, that's correct. Right. Yeah, bluefin tuna 7. I must have accidentally sold off a tuna that had mated with tuna 1, but tuna 1's now happy, so nobody's saying they want a mate or can't find a mate, so they've all sort of mated up, it's fine. Right, now I basically just have to sit back, wait for some money to come in, and then get a dolphin exhibit and an orca exhibit. Then build a show tank. Then get $1,000 for both of them. Hope that the guest happiness doesn't collapse. And then just win the scenario, pretty much. It shouldn't be terribly difficult. I mean, obviously, the fact there's no time limit makes the scenario extremely easy, really. Because you can just take as long as you want. These very advanced scenarios, in all honesty, they're not that difficult. And it's kind of been like that for Zoo Tycoon, Dinosaur Digs, and Marine Mania. Generally, the time limit is far too long, and you can win the scenario quite a bit before the time limit. And also the thing is that on their own, I guess they'd be quite difficult, but the thing is that to get to them, you've got to win, like, so you've got to basically have a mastery of the game anyway, because you've got to do all the intermediate and advanced and beginner scenarios, so, not in that order. So, when you come to the very advanced scenarios, they're really not difficult. It's just more of the same. Okay, you might need guest happiness 93 instead of, like, 90, but it's not difficult. So that's why I like scenarios where there's no time limit, because it works the same as Railroad Tycoon 3. Once you win the scenario and complete all the objectives, the game just ends. There's no pointless sitting around waiting for the objectives to stay satisfied while the timer runs down to 0. Yeah, I'm sure this is perfectly safe. But yeah, that boat rental shack is actually really popular. I think it's because it's, like I say, it's like a very centralised location. And then obviously this restaurant is making an absolute fortune. Unsurprisingly, this restaurant is the least profitable, but it's still making an absolute fortune. Right. So let's start researching into the aquatic animal houses again. Yeah, we don't need anything else for conservation. We don't need aquatic animals or endangered animals. We don't need regular Zoo Tycoon animal houses or foliage or anything like that. Tuna 3 has given birth, that's okay. Reduced food costs. I don't think there's going to be anything else after that. We might need orca tricks and dolphin tricks later on, but they're not a priority. And also I actually want to get Marine Specialist Training 1, but not 2. Because all Marine Specialist Training 2 does is mean that you can research show tricks quicker. But it's a bit flawed because you spend money to research it, and then you save money because the things are researched quicker. So, are you actually saving any money? Maybe if you research all the show tricks, but otherwise, no, it's pretty pointless. But Marine Specialist 1 we do want, because that means that Marine Specialists can move quicker. Build a path around here. I don't know how much traffic this is going to get, but it just means that people can get from like over here to over here a bit easier, maybe. But I guess they can just literally go this way. So I might have just created something completely and utterly pointless. Oh well. In actual fact, I'm kind of now thinking, why did I build that? I had a perfectly good path just round here, and there's literally no reason to go along this path. Yeah, I'm actually just going to destroy this, because I just created it for literally no reason. There's no reason for this path to be here. And unfortunately I can't get any money back from the terrain modification, but it's fine. Right, so that's the last thing, and it'll be done very quickly. And then we can stop spending money on conservation research. Also, for an extra $40 a month, you get 2 adult and 6 child bonus. So, this is pretty rubbish. This is really good. And I think that's kind of the situation for a lot of animal houses, where you either go for the very best and the most expensive, or the cheapest, which is free. The middle one is kind of rubbish, because you're spending quite a bit of money, and you're spending probably quite similar amount to the best one, but you're getting, like, not that much of a benefit. How are the filters, actually? Do I have the right number of filters, and are they in decent condition? Oh, it's Christmas. In this game, anyway. In real life, it's the middle of June. So it's about as far away from Christmas as it can be, but oh well. Yeah, I will check on the baby animals in a second, actually, because I might have too many animals in some of these exhibits. All the tanks are clean, so I'm kind of thinking I must have built filters, and then I notice that I don't have a filter over here. Yeah, Beluga's got filter, Tiger Shark got filter. Nope, everything's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exhibits. Yep. So we're going to build the dolphin exhibit first, purely for the simple reason that it is going to be cheaper. We've got 500 guests in the exhibit. Sorry, 500 guests in the zoo. I'm kind of just having to kill time right now purely because I need money. But the next thing to build is obviously the dolphin exhibit. Actually, in actual fact, if I build the dolphin exhibit like over here, or if I build the dolphin exhibit like over here and then the orca exhibit over here, or the show tank could go over here actually. Dolphin like over here and then orca over here. It's a bit close to the compost building, but like I said, it should be fine. If needs be, I can always just delete the compost building and move it somewhere else, but like I said, it should be fine. So in actual fact, I might end up having to pass over here after all. Specialist training 1's now available. I don't need that. Get rid of that, get rid of that, increase that, and we're done. So we can save money by not having to research anything else. It's a good thing you can just, like, you know, level out Mount Everest essentially in this game. It's not a problem, you just, you know, flatten it out. I mean, you know, you got enough money, you can, like I say, flatten Mount Everest in this game, it's no problem. Just do it. It's not difficult, just get a load of terraformers and a $1 million budget. Daft game. Right. So, what can I put over here? Don't want another restaurant. Don't really have anything that I can... Well, I've got stuff that I can build, but nothing that I actually need to build, so maybe just build some scenery. Let's go for a turtle fountain and a duck pond. And also, actually, the shark tunnel is actually making money. Not much, but it's making 200 a month in profit. So that's a nice little amount. That water tower is actually going to kind of get in the way, maybe, but not tremendously. I could actually build like a prairie dog cafe over here or something as well. Or another Lobby's restaurant, but that seems like overkill. But money is money, so... Right, let's get these dolphins going. In actual fact, I don't really need this path, because this is going to be going into the show tank. But I do need these dolphins. Don't know how big I need to make this. 10 by 10 will be big enough. So let's just go 10 by 10. Dolphin tank. And I think... Yeah, this is the first time I've actually used tank instead of exhibit. Oh well. Right, put the entrance to the exhibit. Let's just put it there for now. Because I'm not going to have the show tank anytime soon. I think I can get away with just 2 dolphins for now. Best zoo for getting 90 zoo rating, unfortunately comes with no money. Yeah, these dolphins are going to be quite expensive to build an exhibit for. Well, unfortunately I only need like 90 suitability. Which I've got 94, although the tank's apparently too shallow. So how's that? That's fine. There you go, 97 suitability. So, Marine Specialist... Did I get a filter? No, I need a filter for this exhibit. And then the Marine Specialist can look after this Dolphin tank as well. So I'm going to need one more Marine Specialist to look after the Orcas, and then the show tank. That should be fine. Alternatively, I could have one Marine Specialist look after just the Orcas and the Dolphins, and then another one that just looks after the show tank. And yeah, in actual fact, I am going to need a bit of path here anyway. Once again, I'm out of money. I think in actual fact, everything in this zoo is actually making a profit, although I haven't checked on the ring toss. Which actually is making an extremely small profit, somehow. Right, so these dolphins should be happy now. Yep, and they've got their own filter. I think we're alright for maintenance workers in like filter conditions. Actually we need another maintenance worker to repair the broken fencing. But yeah, I think the filters are fine. So we probably don't need another maintenance worker. Okay, let's just check and make sure that we don't have like animal overcrowding. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, we're fine. So, still obviously need the show tank, and we also actually need to build the Orca tank, which we will do before we build the Orca tank. Build the Orca tank before we build the show tank. And also, I should save money. I'm going to put these together, which I don't think will work because I think they require different height exhibits, but it's worth a try. So that's a 10. Drag your tourist out of old age, that's not good. That is... That's not right, is it? No, that is 8. Okay. So that's 18 by 10. Orca tank. Yeah, actually, if the Jaguar's died of old age, that's not good, because that means I'll probably need... Yeah, okay, let's sell off this Jaguar before he also dies of old age. And let's get a male Jaguar and a female Jaguar. Yeah, Jaguar don't live very long in this game. This Jaguar, even with maximum research and presumably quite a happy Jaguar, it still only lives about a year. There is nothing you can do to research animal longevity in this game for Zoo Tycoon. There is for aquatic animals, and I think there might even be something for dinosaurs, although dinosaurs do seem to live a long time anyway in this game. Right, so orcas. Yeah, orcas are very big and therefore require quite a large exhibit. And they also require quite a deep exhibit. Is that deep enough? No. Wow, this is going to be very expensive. I don't have any money. It's also very near the end of February, so I'm going to go bankrupt. Well, not bankrupt, but like... I'm going to be struggling for money. Right, rocks and foliage. I basically have to get this done before the end of the month, otherwise I'm going to run out of money. Then I'm going to be waiting with some very unhappy orcas. It's more cost effective to just use large rocks, even if small rocks would give better suitability rating. Right, well that's good enough for now. So Marine Specialist 3, I guess we'll just have to temporarily look after the dolphins, the orcas and the tuna. But hopefully that's not too much for the Marine Specialist to look after. Why can't I move that? Oh, because there's probably like a rock or something in the way. Yeah, okay. So basically, now I need to, well, get some money first and foremost, and then lower the base of this exhibit so it's the same as the dolphin, or raise the dolphin so it's the same as the orca. Just basically raise and lower each as necessary so that they're the same height, and then build a show tank sort of here that both of these can then get into. And also modify the path as necessary. Tuna can't find any food. That's because the Marine Specialist is being very slow. But yeah, when I get enough money, I will just get another Marine Specialist. So yeah. Like I said, the only thing left to do now is get a bit more zoo value and 1,000 for the dolphins and the orcas. And keep 93 animal happiness and 93 guest happiness. We only need another 53,000 in zoo value, so that's literally not a problem at all. And also, the game was like, oh yeah, space might be an issue, but we've got loads of space. I've not even been like 100% efficient with space either, because, you know, I've got unused space over here, and I've got a bit of, well, okay, tiny bit of unused space over there that I can just build some, like, scenery on. Let's get another maintenance worker. Let's get another Marine Specialist. Why are they both placing food? These orcas just going to end up with like 2 portions of food. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this. So I'm going to need some path over there. Let's just put some brick wall around here so that they don't have to worry about the compost building. I don't think it's a problem, it's just, you know. So this is like the actual end of the zoo now. Also, brick wall is actually pretty expensive. So, that's probably unnecessary really. The show tank will need to cover both of these exhibits, so it's going to have to go somewhere around here, which is not ideal really. I could do with these guys going away so I could get rid of some of this path. I don't think it matters, but I just remembered that I don't actually have a zoo map in this entire zoo as a bit of scenery. Right, these Bengal tigers, get rid of 5, get rid of 6. Right, so we've got the correct number of animals in the exhibits for now. Yeah, I really could do with these guests just moving away off the path, so I could just destroy this path. Right. Please move away. Because this path is inevitably going to become part of the show exhibit tank. I mean, I can destroy it now. Obviously, it's just I don't like the idea of the guest walking around not on a bit of path. Why is this guest? Where is this guest going? It's just. It must have been scripted. His AI must have been scripted to walk along here when the path was here, and now they're just straight up not walking on the path. So I might end up having a bit of path here anyway, but basically, the orca tank does need a filter which I could put there. No, actually, put it here. And then, the show tank, it's going to need to be quite big. But not absolutely massive either. Something like that. And this will be, just call it show tank, I guess, because it's only going to be the first. It's only going to be one, obviously. Now, obviously, it's not functional because it's not the same height right now. That's fine. Put the entrance over there. And we don't have any money. No problem. Didn't mean to hit undo there. I think I learned that grandstands only work if they're one square away. So if I build like a double path and then put a grandstand, it doesn't work. Which is daft, but that does seem to be how it works in this game for some reason. So basically I need... I'm going to have the grandstands over here. Thankfully they are 4 tiles long. I hope I've actually made this big enough for all these items to be functional. I hope this bloody works. I mean, I hope that's big enough. I suppose I only actually need like one ball, one hoop, and you know, like one of each thing, really. But just having 2 seems to make more sense when you've got like 2 performing animals of each kind. So that's how I see it, anyway. So I'm almost ready. Still obviously got quite a bit to do. And not much money isn't helping things. Or rather, the fact I have limited funds is not helping. That's what I meant to say. But basically all I need to do now is just put in the grandstands. And I'm out of money because it's the end of the month. Great. Save the game. So, as you can see from the objectives, all that's actually left to do is just get 1,000 in profit and a bit more zoo value. And we only actually need, you know, an extra, not even 30,000. It's not a difficult scenario. If they were to put a time limit in, they could put a time limit of... Well, it would probably end up being 3 years, but at the rate I'm going, I might be done in 2, maybe 2.5. But the way that time limits work in this game, it's either 6, 12, 18, 24 or 36 months. There's nothing where it's like 2.5 years. So if it was 2 years, I don't think that would be long enough. If it was 3 years, I'd probably be sat around waiting for quite a while. And obviously, the best situation is to have no time limit, and I can take my time and not have to worry about the scenario ending. So, last month, in the month of April, accounting for construction costs as a one-time fee, we made about 15,000 in profit. Very nice. Put a koi pond down just for a bit of variety, because I don't want another duck pond or another turtle fountain. And as it happens, a koi pond is exactly the right size for what I needed anyway. Right, let's put some grandstands down. Oh, they're not scenery, are they? They're classified as buildings. Ah! What? Why can't I put these down? Ah. Is it because it's a brick wall there? Do I need to make this like 1 tile longer or something? Or do I actually really do I really actually need a double path? Have I got it wrong all this time? It might have been because... Yeah, the game doesn't, like... I can't put the, Okay, so it was because the game doesn't like me having, grandstands next to, like, a brick wall, essentially. They need to have something at the back of them that isn't just a sheer cliff. I don't need this path either, to be honest. So I can just put brick wall there. And then obviously I want some grandstands over here. Right, so that's apparently 17 grandstands. Although it might be more like 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, 17. Okay. Yeah, because obviously I didn't... It's not like I built one and then had to delete it. I just never built that first one, so... But then, stupidly, I can flatten this terrain once the grandstand is actually in place. Game logic. Make it make sense. So, yeah. And purely for aesthetic reasons, I don't like that asphalt being there, so I'm just going to get rid of it like that. Oh, but I can't put brick wall down. Well, whatever. Right. This game's daft. Right. Now, I basically just need to load a base on this. Like that. And there we go. We can now start experiencing the... Let's put it to infrequent. Set it to 750. So the Orca show... Yeah, so put all the tricks on by default. Let's go play with ball, sideways, breach on stage, spray water. So if we just do the same thing. There you go. So it's just literally the same thing twice. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that can be 750 as well. Okay, so they're both infrequent, they're both 750. We do, however, need a marine specialist to actually look after these shows. I'm going to save the game. So we only need another 14,000 in zoo value, and 1,000 in Orca and Dolphin show profits. So the show is starting, and nobody seems to want to buy a ticket. Really? Oh, people are starting to buy tickets now. Okay. That's another daft thing about this game. People seem to buy tickets even when the show's already started. But I don't know if people actually buy tickets for the shows before they start. They must do, surely. So anyway, we started with the Dolphin show, and people are actually flocking to buy tickets, which is very nice. Guess how many this has decreased a point. I think I'm actually going to end this video here. Sorry to end on a bit of a cliffhanger, but it's just quite a good stopping point. Suitability has decreased, and I think that's because simply because they're actually... Yeah, the suitability is obviously not met in the show tank. So it might be an idea to actually build another exhibit just to make sure that I actually have 13 species in exhibits at any given time, even if the 14th is one of the Orca or Dolphin in the show tank. But anyway, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. Part 2 of this video will be up at some point, whenever I record it. And, yeah, we're just going to be continuing on with this. I just need $1,000 in both of these in profit and a bit more in zoo value. And hopefully the guest happiness won't tank below 93. And if it does, then hopefully I can bring it back up. Yeah, take care, folks. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Bye-bye.